Do you want to become the best Rengar player who single-handedly carries his teams to victory? Well, look no further, because in 11 minutes I will teach you everything about Rengar to go from this to this. 100% guaranteed result, by the way. When Neil Armstrong got to the moon, then he said, learn Rengar's abilities well. And that's exactly what we are going to do right now. First of all, Rengar's passive. There are 3 things you need to know about it. Firstly, Rengar generates 1 ferocity whenever he casts a basic ability or uses first attack of savagery. You can see ferocity stacks below the health bar. Upon getting maxed stacks, his next basic ability will be empowered. We will speak about each empowered ability very soon. Last thing to know about ferocity is that all the stacks will be lost after being out of combat. Secondly, this passive allows Rengar to leap to a target if he is in a bush, or when you use his ultimate that gives Rengar camouflage. He can leap to almost all targetable units like enemy champions, monsters, minions, but also wards, Scryer's Bloom, and blast cones. Using leap to initiate fight grants him 1 ferocity stack, but it does not grant him the stack if he already has at least 1. Thirdly, this passive grants Rengar 5% attack damage for each unique champion kill or assist. So the bonus attack damage can go up to 25%. I want to quickly clear up something I saw one YouTuber mention in his Rengar guide, that if you win Nemesis duel against Kha'Zix, then you will gain another 5% bonus attack damage, which is incorrect. What you will get instead is ferocity stacks without using any basic abilities during the ultimate. Now let's talk about Rengar's first ability, called Savagery. This ability gives Rengar's next 2 attacks within 3 seconds bonus attack speed, as well as the first attack is empowered that deals additional damage. When you are going to use max ferocity stacks on Savagery, then it grants Rengar even more damage and more attack speed for 5 seconds instead of 3. Rengar's second skill is an AoE magic damage ability that also heals Rengar for 50% damage taken in the last 2 seconds. So you want to use this ability right after enemy has used their most damaging ability on you, like let's say Kha'Zix's Taste Their Fear. If you are going to use maxed ferocity stacks on this ability, then instead of healing it grants Rengar bonus movement speed, plus it removes all crowd control effects. Basically it does pretty much what Quicksilver Enchant does. Rengar's third ability is a skill shot where he throws a bowler that deals damage and slows the enemy. Maxed ferocity bowler roots the enemy instead of slowing, and deals a little bit more damage. Now it's time to look at the ultimate, which is called Thrill of the Hunt. This ultimate gives Rengar extra movement speed and reveals the closest enemy to him. After 1 second of the cast he gains camouflage, and as mentioned before, then camouflage allows him to leap to a target. Once he leaps to a target, his next attack shreds the target's armor. We will speak further about how to use those abilities later in the combo section. This is how you should max the abilities. Q goes first because this is the main source of damage, W second because of the sustain and cooldown reduction on it, and E last. As always, get a point in your ultimate whenever possible. When it comes to runes, then there are 2 viable options depending on the matchup. First is Conqueror, which is considered the best rune for him, and second one is the Electrocute. Most of the time you want to go for Conqueror because as Rengar you can get full stacks pretty fast, and the damage output over time will be bigger than with Electrocute. So if you think you will be going for extended fights throughout the game and enemies are tanky, then go for Conqueror. On the contrary, if enemy team has squishy champions, then Electrocute is the best option because of its one-shot potential. It helps you to get maximum damage output with a single burst combo. As for the secondary runes, go with Brutal for that flat bonus attack damage and armor pen. Then Hunter Titan, which is generally amazing rune if you get those takedowns. In some situations you might want to go for Spirit Walker instead, like against Nasus or Ashe that have slow in their kit. And the last one should be Hunter Genius rune. Some prefer to take also Mastermind, which is very good rune. But you've got to change your playstyle so that you would play to get objectives, not end up chasing kills only. If you are playing Rengar jungle, then obviously Flash and Smite are the best summoner spells. When it comes to choosing between challenging Smite and chilling Smite, Then generally you should go for challenging smite if you want more dueling power, as it gives some extra damage for 5 seconds. You can go with chilling smite if you want to execute ganks easier, as well as chase down enemies. And if you find it difficult to land the E route, then chilling smite can help you with that by slowing the enemy. For the items, I would like to show 2 builds that you should consider depending on your matchup. If you are going against squishy team comp, or when you get an early lead, then you want to go for this build. It is also the build very many high rank Rengar mains use. But there are 2 items you can change. 4th item, you can pick between Static Shiv or Phantom Dancer. Static Shiv is purely for making damage and also clearing camps quicker, but Phantom Dancer passive provides you a shield, which is better if you need defensive stats. 5th item is situational, where you can go with more of Malmortius if enemy has fed AP champ that can burst you down. Go for Mortal Reminder if enemy has lots of healing and armor. Or get GA for that sweet resurrection passive and some armor. While this build goes better with Electrocute runes, then the next build is more for extended fights against tanks and bruisers, as it provides more armor pen and health. This build allows you to survive longer while maintaining great damage output. Once again, 5th item can be swapped with something else you might need more depending on your matchup. As for the boots, go with Ionian Boots of Lucidity for the ability haste, but if you see enemy has loads of CC or AP, then consider getting Mercs. Get plated steel caps against fed auto attack based damage dealer like Tryndamere, Jax, etc. For the enchantments, go with Stasis if you need to defend yourself from getting burst down by fed enemy carry, or take Protobelt, which is really great on Rengar as it allows you to get closer to enemies and deal some extra damage. When it comes to Rengar's early game, then he is one of the strongest champions in early skirmishes if you play him properly and abuse the bushes. In order to be able to find those early game fights, it's important to track enemy junglers pathing, and also letting your allies know of where enemy jungler is moving. The standard clear for Rengar typically starts from red by unlocking savagery. To make it more efficient, go to the bush, cast your Q prior red spawns, and right away jump onto it so you can get 2 ferocity stacks instantly. Then use smite to finish it off. By the time you go to raptors, you should have max ferocity stacks, which you should use on Q, and after that use your W to apply the burn on all the raptors. Once raptors are done, go to wolves. Good thing to remember is to kite jungle camps towards where you are heading next, so you can save some time and make the clears more efficient. After wolves, take blue, gromp, and head to get the scuttle. Once you get scuttle, then you are level 5 and can look for opportunities to gank with your ultimate. If you are unsure who to gank, then already at the loading screen try to figure out the lanes that are most likely to carry the game, and try to help those lanes get ahead. Also, in order to execute a successful gank, there are a couple of things you can ask yourself, like, does your ally laner have CC, and does enemy have some sort of escaping ability like dash? If there are no lanes to gank, then see if you can invade enemy jungle by stealing camps or killing enemy jungler. If not, then base to get an item. In the mid game, see how your lanes are doing and try to stick to the lane that is winning. If it's dragon lane, then stay around there to help them get even more ahead by taking turrets, getting dragons, and invading that side of enemy jungle. In the mid game, it's still important to keep farming jungle to get experience and gold, but once late game starts and you have at least 3 full items, then clearing camps is not what you preferably want to do. What you can do instead is to apply pressure on the side lane by taking turrets, and if someone comes, then most of the 1v1s you can win easily. If more enemies are coming, then you can simply ult away. It's always important to keep in mind what your win condition is. If it is your good team comp, then you don't want to sit at the side lane split pushing. If enemy has greater team comp, then taking turrets at the side lane can be your only option to win. When it comes to team fighting, then you'll never want to straight up dive into the enemy front line. It is your job as the assassin to get a flank off and kill the carries on the enemy team. Once you kill the carries, you can follow up with your team and kill the front line. We will start with some easy stuff. First of all, every Rengar player should know how to reset his auto attacks by using Q right after auto attack. This is what you will be using in most of the combos in order to maximize the DPS. Next up we have a little trick that comes handy in ganking or just locking someone down without them being able to react, and this is the E-Flash combo. Using E right before flash makes the animation a lot faster than using E the normal way, which can be dodged or easily flashed. Now we are going to look a combo that is good against mobile champions to lock them down. The perfect scenario would be if you are in the bush and enemy is passing by. What you should do is to start off by using your auto attack to jump on them and slow them with E, then use QW and auto attack, then use empowered E to root them and auto attack again. You can do same thing with your ultimate to start this combo. Next up we have combo to one-shot squishy enemies. What you wanna do is, jump on the enemy, and already during the jump cast both QE and W, and upon landing finish with empowered Q. Last combo is the famous triple Q combo, which means you need to stack your ferocity, use it on Q, use your ultimate to jump onto enemy, then using EWQ, and empowered Q again. This combo comes very much down to timing and being able to stack up ferocity. If you enjoyed this guide and would like to see similar guides on other champions, then check out this playlist on the screen right now. Bye guys.